Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Snider.
You can't talk to me like that, boss. I don't care who you are. If you don't wanna have to hang your own drywall, don't push me too far. Boomtown work ain't hard to come by. Boomtown workers are. You might be the one running the show, but that don't mean you're in charge. I was looking for a job when I found this one. Don't need to work like you need the work done. You look like you're under pressure. I was looking for a job when I met you. I'm sharing a room with two guys over at the Motel 6, boss. Sending every dime I make here home to my ex-wife. Just did 2 years and 28 days. With a little better aim, I'd been in there for my life. So you see, broke won't take much, and getting used to neither will a barbed wire jailhouse wall. Watch what you say to someone with nothing. It's almost like having it all. I was looking for a job when I found this one. Don't need to work like you need the work done. You look like you're under pressure. I was looking for a job 2 weeks ago when I met you, boss. Don't you remember? What I really ought to get is a job like the job you got, Chief, you know, where I just drive around checking up on guys like me, yelling from the window of a pickup truck with my AC cranked up and my clothes all nice and clean. Yeah, that might be all right. On the other hand, poor Phil Oaks, sad and low, hands in his pockets wondering where to go. Thrown from a limousine for speaking his mind. Oh, I fucked it up. And we're recording it. I guess I can start all the shit I want to over, really, yeah. Yeah. Poor Phil Oaks, sad and low, hands in his pockets wondering where to go. Watching those taillights leaving behind, thrown from a limousine for speaking his mind, like a red-eyed photo into a garbage can at the corner of a hero. And also ran a fragile heart, skip a fragile beat. It's warm in a limousine, cold on the street, thin wild Mercury and golden May. Things can go your way or they won't. Thin wild Mercury and golden May. You know what they say, oh, you don't. It was was all over some new Dylan song. Phil had the nerve to say he sounded wrong. Dylan stopped the car, words shook like a fist. Phil, you ain't a writer, you're a journalist. A death of a rebel, a twist of fate. If he ever thought better, he thought too late. Poor Phil Oakes, he slipped through the cracks. Judas went electric and he never looked back. Then wild Mercury and golden May, things will go your way or they won't. Then wild Mercury and golden May, you know what they say, or you don't. Wild Mercury and golden May, things will go your way or they won't. Then wild Mercury and golden May, you know what they say or you don't, or you don't. You don't. Thanks a lot. I had a plan. I just drove over from East Nashville. We don't starch our shirts so much over there. We don't usually use the most clever line for the title, and sometimes we sit at the green light for a little bit. And sometimes it's a little rough over there. On this song there was 3 separate occasions in the last 7 years where there's been helicopters over my house. And I knew there were police helicopters, at least after the first time I knew what it was. And there's really nothing you can do but, well, like you know that if there's a police helicopter hovering over your house, that somebody just did something stupid and it didn't pan out, and now it's gotten dramatic, and they're running, right? I'm right, though. They're running, probably, armed, desperate, and they could be running through my yard at any fucking minute, you know? So we turn our alarm on and we lock ourselves in, and one night when we had turned the alarm on and locked ourselves in, I came up with this. The end of it's kind of bullshit, but I couldn't help myself. Helicopters over my house again. We got the projects 2 or 3 blocks from here. They pull the kids over driving wild African, and the ones without the warrants always run in fear. I sit here waiting for the coast to clear, wishing once again I had a gun around here. I turn on my news and what do I hear? Some kid shot a bank up on Gallatin Road, ran away from the cops while he's trying to reload. He beat him up to East End Street on feet, and now he's probably reloaded and running down my street. Better turn my alarm on and lock myself in. Helicopters over my house again sometime. You rise above it sometime. You sneak below, somewhere in between believing in heaven and facing the devil you know. Poor kid kid probably never had a chance to give a fuck. He wouldn't know good luck from a debutante. He gotta find a way to be Steve McNair, young bucker. He is tough luck looking for a prison to haunt. And you can fuck getting any kind of job that you want, unless you really want to work in a fast food restaurant. Who wants to do that? You want to do that? I wouldn't trade that for my crooked hat or my gang or my gun or a waist full of pages for a job deep frying shit for richer teenagers. And that's where it's at, and no one's gonna help. How you gonna blame a kid for helping himself? There's a war going on, the poor can't win. Helicopters over the house again. Sometimes you rise above it. Sometimes you sneak below, somewhere in between believing in heaven and facing the devil you know. Black and white cops shining lights in the bushes, can't see how this kid is gonna get very far unless he finds a way to make it back over to Berry Street, and he can't do that unless he steals a car. The way things are, they don't seem right. It's always white people talking about some hope and some light. There ain't no hope in Sam Levy, there's just guns and drugs. We ain't building bridges, we're just training thugs. And I hear this terrifying kick at my back door. In comes this kid, I say, I've seen that kid before. I see him all the time at the 3 Crow on Woodland Street. Now he's bleeding in my kitchen, tracking blood off his feet. And he's looking at me like I'll either help him or die, until he sees in my eyes that I'm on his side. I hand him my keys, I say, you better move fast. There's a J in the ashtray and plenty of gas. He throws me the cash, he says, I'll be back for this. I say, yeah, well, don't be surprised if there's a little bit of it missing. His gold teeth glisten with a big old grin. He said, we'll talk about that when I see you again. He shook my hand, I shook his back, and felt like I was about to have a heart attack, until he finally drove away. I thought, God damn, helicopters over my house again. Sometimes you rise above it. Sometimes you sneak below, somewhere in between believing in heaven and facing the devil you know. Facing the devil you know. It's got a lot of words on it. I'm just gonna have a sip of it. A Coke machine glowing through a parking lot. Call it a room with a view. Best night of pool that I ever shot. Made a lot of money too. Looking for some company in the weekly scene. I seen that just had to be you. Hadn't seen you since New Orleans. I never did figure out where you ran off to. I know I looked bad the last time you saw me, but lately I've been doing alright. I won a tournament last week in Oklahoma City. Hustled half of this town tonight. I got some cocaine if you want some, the best that I could find. Either we could just sit here and talk all night, if that big old guy out in the car don't mind. Like old times, screw off the top on a bottle of wine, living out our own kind of American dream. Like old times, your goal was always the same as mine. You didn't want to throw a fishing line in that old mainstream. No, I ain't expecting anybody but you. Don't know who this could be at the door. But I'm pretty sure you got a clue, and I'll bet you've been to this hotel before. Put the you-know-what in the bathroom, but don't flush it down just yet. I put your pager in my suitcase, I'll get the window. You light a cigarette, it'll be like old times, just like the old times. Living out our own kind of American dream, like old times. Your goal was always the same as mine. You didn't want to throw a fishing line in that old mainstream. No, sir, officer, you don't understand. We're just two old friends drinking wine. I'm sure she is, but that's not all she is. She is also an old friend of mine. I got her high school picture right here in my wallet, 1982. No, sir, officer, no offense taken. You have a good night, too. It's a good thing we didn't throw this away. Baby, turn up the radio. I'm pretty sure the cop knew what we were up to. I guess he just decided to let us go. Oh, don't make such a thing about the picture. That was just something I kept. Hey, don't get all sentimental on me now, girl. You haven't even told me what your new name is yet. Old times, just like the old times, living out our own kind of American dream, like old times. Your goal was always the same as mine. You didn't want to throw a fishing line in that old mainstream, and you didn't. I don't know if any of you guys went to college, but I didn't go to it. I lived in a town with, me and my brother lived in a town that had one, though. And so we would go to parties with these rugby guys. And if you ever met a rugby guy or know any rugby people, anybody can go to a party that they throw. You don't have to belong. You don't even have to look right or act right. You can go. They don't get a lot of girls, though. Maybe that's why, but... So me and my brother would try to go to those frat parties, and if you don't belong to one of those, I don't know if you ever tried to go to a frat party if you didn't belong to the frat, but it's an easy way to get beat up. I'm not joking. The guy looks at you and says, "What are you looking?" Waits till you make eye contact with him, and then says, "What are you looking at?" And you can either say you or nothing, and both answers were wrong. It's true. I'm gonna do this song for anybody that's having a party after the show tonight that anybody can go to if they want to. This is called A Tale of Two Fraternity Brothers. I do it in character. You remember that kid we beat up back in college? Me, you, and Thompson out in front of the frat. And that hippie ran home crying to his parents. I can't believe you talked us out of that. How sweet was that? God, we were drunk and drove around all night after with that keg in the trunk. And when the cops pulled us over, you talked us out of that too. You got away with it. You got away. You get away with the things that you say. I had to quit partying about 1.5 years after you did. I don't regret it though, man. I think it was fun. Besides, it was the 70s. We were a couple of rich kids. And aside from that one hippie, we never really hurt anyone. Well, there's that other thing that I won't even say. As God is my witness, I'm taking that to my grave. 'Cause that was an accident and you did what you had to do. You got away with it. You got away. You get away with the things that you say. I worry forever, never for you. You'll get away with it. You always do. You know, you never did tell me what happened with you and your brother down there in Florida. I heard they gave you a hell of a time. Everyone around here was afraid you might lose. I told them not to worry though, 'cause I knew you'd be fine. You've had me out here to Camp David a few times over the years. I think the first time we were just teenagers sneaking beers. Look at you now, you old son of a bitch. You got the run of this place. It's unbelievable. You got away with it. You got away. You get away with the things that you say. I worry forever. I never worry about you. You'll get away with it. You always do. You'll get away with this new thing too. Anything after that might be pushing your luck though, brother. Thank you. That's my favorite. I only got time to play one more song. I was gonna do I was gonna change my mind because I knew when I was a kid, grew up. They told me, I know some of you might have heard this too. When I grew up, I went to this school where they told me that God had made the whole world. Didn't take him very long. There was a little part of it that was perfect, and then there was another part, and then he made this Adam, then he made Eve. That's two people that were on the whole world, no other people. Then they had some kids, Cain and Abel. Cain, there's 4 people. And then Cain killed Abel, that's 3 people. And then they kicked Cain out, and 10 years later, he came back with a chick. Am I wrong about that? I don't think I am. Had kids. So a lot of times I tell this story, people think this song is about some guy stealing a song from me, and I just took the line back from him. So this song's supposed to be about that chick, and where'd she come from? And how come everybody's always pushing me around all the time? If tomorrow never comes, I don't give a damn. If tomorrow never comes, I will not be afraid to meet my maker just the way that I am. Can't prove anything, one thing's true. If you can steal from me, I can steal from you. Any kind of heaven everybody doesn't get in won't seem like a heaven to me. Well, they tell you that the Garden of Eden was perfect, but you couldn't even eat off the apple tree. For heaven's sakes, look out for that snake. He's lying to you, woman, constantly. Adam must have scratched his head, looked up and said, Lord, that just isn't doing it for me. You know, if tomorrow never comes, I don't give a damn. If tomorrow never comes, I don't wanna be afraid to come and meet you just the way that I am. I can't do anything I'm dying to. If tomorrow never comes, tonight I'll have to do. I said I don't ever claim to know what's going on around here. I don't even know where I'm from. I know where I'm going when I get to where I'm going, what I'm doing when I get done. They tell me I'm forgiven if I need to be. I say permission ought to come that easily. I'm piling cores up underneath this apple tree. I'm singing, oh Lordy, have mercy on me if tomorrow never comes. And tonight is all I got. Hey, if tomorrow never comes, I don't wanna be afraid to meet my maker just the way that I'm not. You can't do anything and then you die. Judge the judgmental and what am I? Judge the judgmental and what am I? Judge the judgmental and what am I? Either way, I'm every guy I ever tried not to be. I want everything as good as it gets. I've learned nothing but that there's another sunrise coming on but one. Other times it sets, and if tomorrow never comes, tomorrow never comes. If tomorrow never comes, tomorrow never comes. If we were all good people, we could work in perfect rhythm. If worms had daggers, birds wouldn't fuck with them. Thanks y'all very much. I had a lot of fun. I'll see you tonight. They said I could do another, so. There's an overweight man with an overweight woman on a sofa watching TV. He's yelling his opinion at the television. She looks up from her food and agrees. They got 2 bumper stickers on their pickup truck. They keep the pickup parked outside. One sticker says, what would Jesus do? The other bumper sticker says, power of pride. I was thumbing through the stations on my own television when I came across a guy on this religious station singing Somebody's Coming. He sounded whiter than me somehow. Wow. Took me back in time through dwindling joy to when I was such a guilt-ridden Catholic boy. I'm evangelical agnostic now. I don't know what I'm doing here. And you don't know what I'm doing here either. Now Christians don't walk out on me just yet. You know whose name I'll be yelling as I'm clutching my chest. The one my dad told me to and his told him to. And I probably pray as much or more than you do. Believe? Shit, every word I sing. Believing and knowing though, those are 2 different things. And if you're trying to change the way a stranger's life has to go, I believe this is where I'm gonna stick to what I know, which is nothing, you know. Nothing for sure, so just chill till the next episode. Now back to the lecture at hand. Seems like my neighbor wants to kill what he can't understand. I say, we can't just kill what we don't understand. But I turn on my TV and I see, oh yeah, we can. And we have since the dawn of man for countless gods, whose only real seeming plan was to see to it that clinging to life was our fate. And you got to admit that life's pretty great, but can we deny that it's killing us? I'll be here all week. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy birthday, Country Joe. I resolve to do like I always do. I ain't hurting you. If life is anything, it's embarrassing. A rusty nail through a careless shoe. You can't help but sit around and wonder sometimes why there's never anything the nail can do. Or think about how unfair it is that the shoe is always going where it's got to too. If you ain't the dumb kid out walking around, you kinda gotta do what you're born to do. Happy New Year. everybody. Specifically, happy birthday to you, Country Joe. I resolve to do like I always do. I only ever make it a day or two. You're all that matters, all that matters, all that matters to me. I don't care if I know where we come from or where we go. You're all that matters to me. Thanks, y'all.